Alright, well, time is losing all meaning. I technically I know what day it is. Today is Monday morning at 5 a.m. I slept multiple times during the weekend, uh, but basically each time I slept I didn't get a full sleep. So this is the second video since I've been awake that I'm filming, and I'm extremely tired if you can't tell. I just had a Coca-Cola, and I had a clonazepam, and I don't know if I really needed the clonazepam, like, for purposes of anxiety. I guess there was some anxiety about the fact that I was still awake, but, yeah, it was more just the idea that it would either help me sleep or, you know, since my body's addicted to it, it'll help me sleep. Like either as a drug it would help me sleep, or either as a substance that I'm dependent on. Because the day that I will refer to as Saturday, because I was awake during multiple times, sometimes during the day, sometimes during the night, and sometimes it was Friday night, and sometimes it was Sunday night, and you know, anyways, the day I will, I do divide my pills into 24-hour periods. So for the 24-hour period, I start the 24-hour period at 8 a.m. I guess I could start it at midnight, but when my sleep is healthy, I often go to like 2 a.m. and I consider 2 a.m. still the previous day. I don't know if any of this sounds crazy or it's just normal. I think those who have experienced what I'm describing understand what I mean. So, got our E-tuner here. I wasn't even going to tune this, but just want to see how off-tune it got while sitting in the... I have what's called... I was told it's called a hard case, and up until recently I've been resting this guitar on a chair between the two, you know, armrests, and apparently that's bad for it warps it or something, and that's one of the reasons my friend told me to get what's called a setup. And I was having paranoid thoughts about, like, it's called a setup. That sounds like you're being set up just to spend money on nothing. But he's given me good advice so far, and maybe eventually I'll do it. But I'm in no rush, and something of higher priority, and less costly. Although he said the setup didn't cost that much. Would be fixing the string. So he said to me, just when you get the string fixed, you don't have to, like, purchase the setup. I guess it's like, it's not a physical product, it's a service. And I don't know if you call purchasing a service. I don't know. My patch cord is stuck under this chair. There we go. So, yeah, we're just gonna tune this. I'm just setting up, keep knocking everything, and it's probably not good. I'm just gonna set up, I'm so tired, don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, I don't know if there's any value to training myself when I'm this tired, but honestly I have not much better things to do, so I'm going to do it anyways. If you call this practice, or I don't know how long a practice session is supposed to Just gonna stop talking. Okay, I think I hit 2 notes there. This little device, I mean, I guess they're doing the best they can do, but it can be confusing. There, that's a perfect D, according to the device. I'm not going to mess with that. That seemed, it was the, how the device works, if you haven't watched the video, is it's like a barometer that goes to either side, and the note that's being played is in the middle, and then the string that it thinks you're playing is to the top left of where the note is. So what just happened was the barometer went to the middle, it stayed there, and then as the note faded, or the clock, I don't know, all these terms, as it faded, it went out of alignment. Hello? 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 Okay, me speaking sometimes activates the device. So, but yeah. Okay. That seems to be perfect. It looks like my, I didn't go too out of tune, which is good. If anything, it went more in tune since I put it in the case, which was kind of funny. Yeah, okay, so... Am I missing the first string, I guess, because the bass string is the 6th string. I thought the bass string was the 1st string. We've been over this. So anyways, this is in tune, and I'm gonna turn this off. Another thing I'll mention is basically how I started practicing before, I started picking up the guitar and played with it. That I told a few people about what I was doing, and people offered advice, and it's very nice, and they're very kind, and they haven't asked for anything in return. So anyways, when I was first just doing it 100% independent, I would just strum while listening with headphones to an album. And I was doing that a few hours ago while I was waiting for the video that as of now is public and probably no one has watched yet. It's like 5 a.m. I do get viewers for my videos, and I'm always curious, is it the same people watching each video to see how I get better, and making fun of how bad I am? Since, I mean, I'm very open about the fact that I never knew how to play guitar before. So if they're making fun of how bad I am, I mean, duh. I've only been playing for 2 weeks tops. Of course I'm bad. I sounded... when you're young, you get... Okay, in my case, I'm 30, so... What I had when I was young was a little tape recorder, audio cassette. and I would record myself. They had those yak backs too. I'd record myself and I'd hear my voice and I'd like, that's my voice. Oh my God, that's a horrible voice. And I had that problem for a long time whenever I heard my voice recorded. But I've been watching a lot of these videos before I upload them, just every so often during the speaking point of the videos, I say something that I think to myself, oh, that's dumb, or oh, I must have said such an offensive thing, and then I'll watch it, and it's like, oh, it's no big deal. And who cares? It's just like another tiny blip in cyberspace, and no one's gonna get bothered by it. So yeah, so right now, just like 30 seconds ago before I gave that speech, I was thinking to myself, I can hear in real life how fucked up my voice is. And I felt this before, like, I feel my voice shaking while I speak to the camera, and then I watch it on the screen and I can't hear the shaking, which that's weird. But in general, as well, when I hear my voice on the computer through something I recorded of myself, those old days of like, when I hear my own voice sounds good to me, but the recording sounds bad. It's like almost the opposite now. And I don't know if this is from like, I deleted a ton of YouTube videos, and I think now I have almost 700 on my list. So I've been more or less filming and watching myself since 2008 on a semi-regular basis, and it's possible that the process of filming myself and then listening to myself changes my voice. I talked in an earlier video about stand-up comedy and how you have to find your voice on stage, like your commanding presence voice, or like in Emo Phillips' case, of course, he has like the nervous voice, or he did. I haven't seen his new stuff. And I've been compared to him, which isn't, I mean, it's flattering because I liked him before, but I think we're different. I don't know. Or maybe I don't deserve to be compared to him, or whatever. So, my friend sent me these harmonics. So this is a harmonic minor, and this will be the first time I'm doing it. Again, I had everything flipped up. I basically thought what was at the bottom was at the top of the tablature, and I was working like that. And I was trying these, well, I'll show you. I was trying stuff like that, and I was working upside down, and I was like, what is this supposed to teach me? It sounds horrible. Then I did it the right way, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I have a broken string, but I can still work on this, and this will be my first time doing it, and I'm doing it one finger at a time for now. Is that, yeah. That actually sounded pretty cool. Of course I did it way too slow and everything, but you know. I'm always afraid people are so judgmental. And if you're watching this, you probably know Matthew Silver, or if you don't know Matthew Silver, Man in White Dress, he's a busker in New York, and he's like always super positive. And I shared one of his positive stuffs about no one cares if like you're awkward or anything. No one cares. No one's looking at you like thinking you're a freak. And if they are, they forget it 5 seconds later. Stuff my girlfriend's been telling me, but it's just so hard to deal with when you're in the moment. When you walk by a bar and you're just sure that they're drinking and laughing and saying like making fun of someone. That's what you do at a bar. And you just feel they're like, oh, look at that guy across the street, he's a loser. You just feel like you don't, they don't actually say that, but that's what you feel they're saying. And it's so hard to get that out of your head. Enough talking. So the reason why my friend gave me these, I now have 3 of these tablatures of single note plucking that I'm supposed to get. I'm supposed to like learn them so well that I just like do it real fast, which I'm sure I can with training. That was actually super confident for considering my self-esteem, but yes. I think I can, to be more humble, learn this kind of stuff and get it down. And he told me the reason why you want to learn this stuff is when you're composing songs, just these practicing things, like knowing which notes go together, helps with improvisation. And me, I'm always like, he gives me good advice, and I always say, no, I always fight it. But so I said, oh, I think I'm good at improvisation. Like, that's what I was doing when I first picked up the guitar. And Melissa was here at the time, and she said, no, just listen to what he says. Like, it'll make you... It'll make the songs you're composing sound good, not just improvised. So, and there was something similar I learned when I was taking piano about, in general, you want, there's the white keys and the black keys. When you're doing the white keys, in general, you want to at least skip a key. Like when you skip from, like say there's 3 keys, when you go like that, then that, playing around with it like that instead of going through each key, the more you skip, the more, I don't know, I actually forget most of that piano advice, but I think it's similar to these harmonic minor and major things that have been recommended. So let's do some more. The point is, like, from that advice, I had forgotten all my old piano lessons from when I was 10 years old, but from that advice I was able to, like, just play around on the piano, and someone said, oh, that's amusing, or, as opposed to just, like, I don't know, I can see, to me, I took enough piano lessons that I'm not afraid to at least try to play piano, but to someone who would be intimidated by the piano the way that I have for a very long time been intimidated by the guitar, it's just simple advice about improvisation. Because, like, there's all this stuff that you have to learn. In this case, I'm talking about the guitar. I'm learning the chords, and I'm learning these harmonic keys. and I don't have them memorized yet, but I should memorize them, and apparently when I sleep it gets stuck in my head more, and if I practice daily, the more I practice, blah blah blah. Excuse me. So, yeah, that cough just wiped my memory and I forget where I was going, but you can probably figure it out because I'm a pretty obvious person. So... So yeah, just take my in-between rants as like me attempting to sing or something. Like if a fully versed guitar player who knows all the chords and knows how to make the song and they're singing at the same time, take this practice lesson with me talking. The talking, I know it's not atonal, but you know, it's not. Just think of it as music. And I apologized at the end of the last video. I can tell by my voice that I'm in a good mood right now, and I think that's prescription drug related, which, remember, it's from a doctor. Don't take it if it's not from a doctor. I mean, I should have listened to that when I was younger. But, and I'm not, sometimes I think my life is completely wrecked, and sometimes I think, like, look how much freedom I have, like, other people have to go to work. And there are people who are jealous of my position because I want to work, but I'm not, like, I don't know, I'm in this space where it is moderately socially acceptable that I don't work. And I can come up with like, my job is I am a comedian, which is like technically true, but I'm not getting paid, blah blah blah. And that brings you to the topic about like everything in society is about money, and yeah, you know all the debates about that, so blah. But yeah, the first thing someone asks you when you meet them is like, what do you do? And I have a whole rant about that, and I'm gonna not talk about it right now. And you hear that? You hear that sound? The squeakiness? I asked my friend, like, I should be trying to limit that, right? And he's like, oh, it's no big deal. Like, obviously, you don't want the whole thing to be squeaky, but, you know, there's like, published, like, record industry songs, which I guess I already know, that have the squeakiness in them, and it almost, like, adds to the vibe. But when I'm practicing these harmonic scales, hearing those squeaks that I just did like 30 seconds ago, they seem off-putting to me, at least. And I guess it's all about like trying to play what you want to play. I don't know, I feel like I just tried to give you advice when there's probably very few people who are learning guitar, and especially not from me, that watch this video. Yeah, so, and this whole series of videos is not going to turn into like, oh, watch me slowly transform into a butterfly. That's not the intention of these videos. So that one was, I mean, I'm sleep deprived, so I guess I'm at a disability. But that seems incredibly easy to learn. And yeah, I should get that stuck in my head if I can. That of course means daily practice and spending a lot of time. And I think most of this video is me talking more than playing guitar, which is probably a bad omen. But I guess like that took some energy. Like say I missed like 13 hours of sleep in the past 72 hours. Like I'm at a 13-hour sleep deficit. And this guitar is like, it drains me of energy by using it. This is all very hocus pocus. Whereas like the computer feeds me energy, that's what my mom thinks. So like hopefully I'll get to the point where the guitar feeds me energy, but right now I'm feeding it energy. And it's so I can learn, and I don't even know what I'm saying. This is probably how religion starts, and I have a complicated relationship with religion, which I won't go into because no one wants to hear, no one of any denomination or lack of denomination wants to hear me talk about it. But yeah, that's the timer says it's been 26 minutes, but I did want to do a few chords because the chords are fun. Looks like Mom's awake. And you can hear the stuff from my mom. And I'm going to turn this off now.